Yo, 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 yo. What's going on, y'all? Happy Friday. Hope you guys are doing well. Let me know if you guys can hear me. This is my first day on the new PC, so I want to make sure that everything's going good. I had some technical difficulties. That's why I was a little late getting the Zoom started. So, thought I had all my... Bear with me. First day on the new setup. How's it look, though? Do I look different? Does the screen share look different? Let me know. We got news that just came out literally 15 seconds ago. Let me know if this looks different since it's a little bit widescreen. Oh, you guys liking it? Perfect. Yeah, I had to mess with a bunch of the settings and whatnot to like make it look somewhat normal. But yeah, here we are. So yeah, guys. A little update from yesterday's price action. We've now seen price, I mean, this is kind of wild, just rip through this daily fair value gap, and now we're working up into these highs potentially. And let's see what's above here. I have something else marked. Oh, this weekly liquidity void, which is above these highs. Interesting. So let's go ahead and mark that out. That'll be buy side liquidity. Let's jump back down here, start scaling down in time frames. This is last week's new week opening gap. I believe this is last week's. This might actually be this week's. Forgive me, I might be wrong on that. Hang on one second. No, yeah. So that's last week's new week opening gap. This is this week's new week opening gap. We are all good. Yeah, this looks awfully bullish. I think you guys would agree. Let's keep dropping down here in time frame. And let's also, while we're here, wow. That's quite the opening range gap. So let's delete this fair value gap. We really don't need it. If anything, what we can do is I'm gonna just put a horizontal ray right here, and then I'm gonna annotate this FVG high, and that's gonna be the daily fair value gap high, and we'll know that it's here when we get back down to it, because we could use it as a potential take profit level in the event that we're going to end up getting short, because it might want to react here and use it as an inverse gap if it works its way through this new week opening gap. And then also, while we're here, we'll do this. So we've got the opening range gap high right here, and then we've got the opening range gap low down here. So we'll mark these out. There's not really much to speak of right now, just looking at this candle. So we're all good. My head has to move a lot more than normal. Okay, perfect. So this is opening range gap high. There we go. And yeah, so let's see how news came out. News came out as bearish. Perfect. This is, I got to reset it back to my time, but yeah, this is New York time. And yeah, we are bearish. So that's good. That's good. It all kind of lines up. Yeah, obviously, for those of you guys that have watched the video on TGIF, and we've talked about this, not really in putting it in that phrase, but just talking about it in general, the way that you can kind of come into Fridays, and especially after, the way that we've rallied overnight, I would say that I'm really only favoring shorts. I do know that there is potential for us to still push higher, put in a high of the week, but, it is less likely than, it's not the most probable thing in the world for us to do that. So I'm not going to favor us getting long and trying to long into here just because I don't feel it's the most probable setup on a Friday. I feel like the most probable setup on a Friday is going to be us in this weekly candle not putting in a new high of the week. We might, but even if we do, I'm still going to want to get short eventually, whether it's this morning session, whether it's this PM session. I'm going to expect a retracement down. I'm not expecting this candle to close just, up here with no wick. I would expect a retracement. And to be honest, we've done everything I thought we were going to do this week as far as a buy side objective goes. So now at this point, I'm just favoring shorts. So if we don't get the setup that we want to see, to the downside, then I won't be taking a trade. And I'm just giving you guys that expectation now, just so you guys know. And like, if it just keeps pushing up and up and up, and we're not getting in trades, you know, don't feel like you have FOMO or anything like that. But it's been a good week. Let me jump back over here to electronic trading hours quickly, reset this bad boy. Let me pull the Zoom chat back up because I miss you guys. But I hope you guys are doing good. ICT says 44.93, 75 buy side. Hey, that's what I got marked out. Yeah, we'll see. I won't be participating in that buy side, I don't think. But I would be interested in participating in it. I'll tell you guys this. This will be the only way I'll take it. The only way I'll be getting long today is if price, you know, before we get here, if we come down and we, let's say, take out opening range low right here, tap into the opening range gap high, obviously we'll be working a little bit into it. And then I would like to see, obviously, our setup show itself, give us some market structure shift, displacement up, and give us a good entry. That'll be like the only scenario. That'll be it, really. But otherwise, yeah, I'm favoring some sell side. And, you know, trading back into this opening range gap, you know, 20, 30% correction for the week. Oh, buying at the top. Yeah, I mean, it's just like, it goes back to just the most basic stuff, right? Buy high, sell low. Or I said that fucking backwards. Buy low, sell high. Right? It's just like, that's still true. And it's not that I'm trying to pick the top or the bottom by any means. It's just that's what my eyes gravitate towards. My eyes gravitate towards that setup. And ICT said this before too. Obviously, you guys watch his stuff, so if you're seeing all of these entry models and these concepts and you're like, oh my god, there's so many of them, there's no way I could like learn them all and use them all, and like, that's not the point. The point is not to use them all. And he says that, right? He says that it's all about what your eyes, what sticks out to you on the chart. What like, you don't even have to fight, you don't have to dig for it. What just sticks out? And there's certain things that, as you spend more time looking at this, like, and you guys already probably know, there's already stuff that sticks out to you. Gaps, liquidity sweeps, big freaking obvious order blocks, right? Like, those are all stuff that stick out to me. So that's the stuff you should be trading, in my opinion. And then everything else is just, if you add it in or can add it in, it's just kind of a bonus. You know? Nothing more, nothing less. And then I would argue, as you get a little bit more polished and seasoned, you can add stuff in, right? Like, you can you know, put more time into, if you're not good at daily bias, that's something to consider, keep in mind. Hang on, guys. Let's not get left behind here. We did just get, in my opinion, a decent market structure shift. Let's jump over here to the 2 minute. Let's let this 2 minute chill for a second. Coming up on 9:30. I almost wouldn't even mind letting this fair value gap show its hand and not get the entry from it. I would like to just see, because what could very well happen is this could just be like a little inducement. We're so bullish that I wouldn't be surprised to see this, you know, one more time, chop around a little bit more, and then boom, boom, boom. But that's all speculation. Uh, 3 minutes, 5 minutes. Yeah, I wanna let some more structure work in. But yeah, if you're looking at just the 1 minute chart, this is a nice little market structure shift here, and one little fair value gap right here. 2 minute, I would have liked to have seen this not wick like this. If it would have had a strong close, I would have felt a lot better about this entry. Okay, let me in from the waiting room. There you go. So we'll tape read this one, okay? We'll tape read this gap. It might hold. It might hold. But this is the day of the week where I want us to add to our profit. I don't want us to take from it. So I want to be super convicted in the trade. To me, Dow Jones looks bullish yet. Until this stuff starts disrespecting. And yeah, 930 has been acting like a macro in a lot of ways lately too, so kind of would make sense. But we might not. In the event that, you know, this is the setup, we'll have to look for a different entry. And that's just fine, but this is our real first sign of bearishness here. First sign of a willingness to go lower. And after a big range like this, a big expansion, the other alternative that usually needs to play out is you need to see some sort of a distribution first. You're good. We're just tape reading this setup here on ES for now. It's an okay setup, but I'm not fully convicted in it, so I'm not going to take it or call it out. Obviously, if you guys are feeling like you don't give a fuck today, do your thing. Yeah, I'm gonna wait. J-Mark, congrats, bro. I saw you pass another funded. Chalk that up as a win, guys. Saved a loss. But there's definitely a lot of people that just sold here. And, you know, there would have been good reason to do so. Good enough reason to do so, at least. So we got relative equal highs here now. We'll see how this holds. It'll be interesting to see if this does market structure shift here again with displacement. Because to me, we're bearish at that point. Yeah, you got a bigger set of balls on you than I do, Andrew. But old me would have taken this every single time and then been pissed. Old me would have taken that, and then not only that, I'd been like, "Oh shit, I was wrong." I would have bought here. Any of you guys relate to that? Look at that. Look at that. What kind of balls are you guys talking about? The kind that no women are getting sex changes to get. For some reason, guys are chopping theirs off to become women. But have you guys seen that? Like, there's very few women that are doing that to become guys. Did you guys see there's been talks coming out, I've heard of at least one, where like the women that have tried to become men or like act as if a man for like a period of time, they become super depressed because they realize like how much society does favor women and how men are just like treated like shit. All right, yeah, so we got a nice little market structure shift right here. To me, that's a little extra confirmation finally. Let me get this chat out of the way. Create new order. I actually want to undock this, I think. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. I'm going to move you over here. There was no SMT that was created. I want to get us into a premium. The only thing I don't like is these relative equal highs here. Obviously, you know, ICT says buy sides here, so we'll see. Doesn't mean it has to hit right now. To me, yeah, this gap is the one that we want. It's in a premium. It's in a premium, lines up with this inverse. Well, not really much of an inverse anymore, but a little bit more confluence there. So that's going to be my trade for this morning. First trade at least. And remember that 20% correction is all the way down here at the new week opening gap. Now that we've worked up even a little higher, it's probably 20% is probably right. Well, actually 20% is above it since we worked up higher, but let's see, 16 ticks. Man, look at that. So yeah, Dow did not hold this gap. That's what I wanted to see disrespected. How do I get this trade thing back up? There we go. Of course. Of course. So yeah, guys, I'm going to market execute a sell. Once we get right back up into yonder right here, boom. So actually this is a little bit less. 14 ticks. 3.5 handles, 1 tick above these highs. Honestly, you wouldn't even really need to even do that. Probably because the relative equal highs. So for me, if you wanted to be conservative with your stop loss, stingy with it, you could move it probably like right here, but I'll leave it. But yeah, we waited for the extra confirmation. Let some structure form. Got market structure shift, displacement. We've already hit all the daily and weekly objectives that I marked out. So I'm gonna play the setup. I'm gonna anticipate this buy side being left for later. Whether that's later today or later next week, we'll see. We might not even get the premium offered to us. Here's the breaker. Breaker's right here. It could turn here. Just FYI. But yeah, I would prefer the best possible entry, especially knowing that the only little thorn on our side is the fact that relative equal highs buy side a little bit higher up. So you know what? If I miss it, kind of the same feeling as yesterday, I won't lose sleep over it. Corey's like, I might. Yeah, I know there's a fair value gap here. It's just not in a premium. See that? So I drew this gone box from the, when you got two gaps, this is how I prefer it. Like people will say, well, how do I choose which gap? If you don't care and you want to just have a big stop loss, you want to account for both gaps. ICT says the same shit. So you want to account for both gaps. No matter what. And if you were going to trade this gap, where would your stop go anyway? It would go here. So therefore, you can enter here, but your stop has to be, bigger, which is, if you're fine with that, by all means. This is definitely a trade. I mean, I'm picky no matter what, but this is definitely a trade I'm okay being picky with. So basically marked up the range. Above the 50% is 50, above the 50% is premium, where big money looks to short. Below is discount, where you would anticipate more buying than anything most of the time. Man, are you guys are hungry for trades today? I genuinely felt like it was a good week, but kind of sad. You guys doesn't feel like you guys feel the same. Oh boy. All right. Well, we've sat here for 45 minutes. J Mark, what made you have a bad week? Was it like Forex trades? Was it extra trades on the indices? Let me know. That damn gold. You guys love gold. As you guys can see, I deleted gold from my watch list. But yeah, I'm not going to set a limit order. I'm just going to market execute when price gets there. Will this stay here if I change this? No, it will not. Okay. I almost wouldn't mind watching Dow instead of NQ. I would like to see Dow return to this low. It may not need to. It might just come up into here. 2 minute and 1 minute gap in premium. That'll be the play. We got macro, another macro coming here in 2 minutes. I got a new webcam too. Does it look different? Do I look more crystal clear? Do I look uglier? Tuesday was a bad day for me. Mental made me lose 2 funded accounts. Oh no. Mental made you lose 2 funded accounts? Oh, I got you. Head is back in the right place now. Why do I do that? Wait for a market order. I'm not sure I understand what your question, Kitch. Up 1%. J-Mark's in already. They just blocked Biden's student loan repayment plan. No way. I did see that the Supreme Court. Jesus Christ. I saw that they. Yeah, you could place a limit, Kitch. You could place a limit. The reason I was waiting was because I was looking at NQ. And keep in mind, we were actually starting to work up right here. So I wanted to see if NQ was going to fly through the high. And at which point I was gonna not press the button. But yeah, I mean, you could set a limit for sure. Just, I don't know, just personal preference. I set a limit most of the time. Well, all right, you guys that entered, you guys are good to go. Andrew got this entry, almost 10 handles, bro. I'm going to say this trade is going to be invalid for me once we redeliver to New York Open price. Oops, which is opening range gap high. That was the beginning of the macro actually as well. I like that 15-minute close. We still have this gap open down here on the 15-minute as well. Man, we're coming up quick. Oh, my camera looks bright actually. I look like Casper the Ghost. Oh, man. You guys are going to hate me for this, but this is not what I wanted to see. Don't take the trade. Macro swept these lows, displaced up, market structure shift. I didn't want to see that. I wanted to see a little chop. No gaps, no displacement. I don't know. Take it if you want. I know you want to. I know. I do too, bro. I'm not going to take it. Fuck that. Yeah, I just didn't want to see this. I didn't want to see this type of reaction from that. You know, we just got a bullish setup. Like, you very well, if you were convicted in this buy side and these highs, you very well could get long here. If anything, that doesn't seem like too bad of a trade. 1 minute, 2 minute market structure shifts. Yeah, see what I'm saying, guys? Every freaking day this week, most days this week actually have been. There was really only one day where I was able to say, no ambiguity here, folks. I can't say that. I literally can't say that. I am ambiguous. And I think that's why a lot of people that trade smart money concepts that I've seen, at least, and that I follow, they were having rougher weeks as well. A lot of people getting chopped up. But I got nowhere to be. I'm good. I'll chill here with you guys. I know that's really boring that you guys sat here for an hour, and I know you guys want to take a trade. But I don't want to put you guys in a, see what I'm saying? Someone just hopped off. They're like, yeah, okay, peace out. All right, peace out, bro. Yeah, we could get the correction still, in PM. I don't hate the idea of getting long. Anymore. Didn't want to enter right off the rip of the gap though. Just gonna be patient. If it goes up from here, it goes up from here. Yeah, I wanted to see a little bit deeper retracement into the gap. Mentally, this is what I was thinking. I wanted to see price come into the gap, see if it was gonna hold, like run through, hold it, and then if price kind of like chopped around a little bit, and then we got one more displacement out of it, that was gonna be the entry for me. I know it's super conservative, but when you are this unsure of, is the draw higher or is it time for us to correct for the week? Probably shouldn't be pressing buttons if you're that unsure, especially if this is what you do for a living. Like, if you're doing other shit and you're just trying to like be risky until you get funded or whatever you're trying to do, then you could probably be a little bit more gung-ho with it. But like, if you're trying to live off this, listen, my dog's got to eat. This guy doesn't stop eating. I had a losing week once. He didn't eat for a week. I'm kidding. But yeah, so this macro got 9 more minutes left of it. Like I said, if you're just gun-ho and you just need to press the button today, I mean, you've got options. You've got options, and you know what? I would have been still wanting to take this sell. I just don't like the fact that this is how this formed after that macro started. So this is all just, I'm changing my analysis as price gives me more data. Could be, not a great thing in the sense of it could play out and missed out on a trade, but I'd rather miss out on a trade than take a loss that I didn't feel super confident in. But this is also the side of trading that people talk about it, but when push comes to shove, like you know how discipline, well, let me put it this way. Discipline, in my opinion, stems from getting your ass handed to you way too many times. So therefore, how disciplined do you have to be as a trader to watch price for an hour, 2 hours, and not press the damn button? That how hard that is for people to not press the button? Why is that so hard? Like, what's wrong with sitting and watching price for an hour, marking stuff up, seeing how it plays out, and not taking a trade? Maybe you're right, maybe you're wrong. But this is, even doing this and sitting and watching price, marking stuff up, talking through things, like analyzing your own thought process, how you feel, that's way more beneficial than going back on bar replay mode on TradingView and marking shit up. That's not real backtesting. Well, I mean, it is backtesting, but forward testing is way more valuable than backtesting. Because you don't get backtesting, you don't get this. You don't get the emotions of like, oh man, price did, oh now did that, right? Backtesting, you go mark up some on a chart and you go back in replay mode and watch it play out, and you get to speed right through it. You get to speed through an hour or two of price. Yeah, I think there's always a setup every day, but I don't think unless you're God or have a crystal ball, you're gonna catch them all. You're not Ash from Pokemon. Ash Ketchum. Failed startup, and another startup did 1 million in a month, went bankrupt within 10 months. I can tell you trading has been by far the hardest thing I've ever done mentally. Wow. That's a statement. I believe it though. Yeah, trading's, bro, this shit's fucking not easy. I can't even tell you the amount of times I wanted to just Oh, fuck. Like, this shit will, I mean, you got to go through the, you know what, to fucking get anywhere with it. I feel like you just don't know what you don't know. And the only way you're going to know is you just go through it. I mean, I think there's a lot of things that will help, but it don't matter if it's me doing sessions. It don't matter. ICT could sit right next to you every fucking day and help you with trading, and it wouldn't matter because it's still on you. It will help you, right, a little bit, but like it's still you at the end of the day that's got to press the button and make the decision. I do think too, part of it is like, I don't know, we live in the microwave world, right, where like everybody wants everything right now. It doesn't help with trading, but it also doesn't help with people just want to take trades. People would be so much better off if, like, I don't know, like they could rig up their system with like a shock collar, and they have somebody with experience like trigger in some rules where it's like you can only trade 1 trade a session or 2 trades a session or whatever % of your account a session. You know what I mean? Like rig up the rules into the collar, and then like the moment people start to like right now, like people, like let's say you've already taken 3 entries just in this range right here, like your shot collar just fucking goes crazy and it shuts your computer down and doesn't let you trade anymore. I don't know how to invent that, but if anybody of you guys know how to write code and invent something like that, I think you guys I'll invest in it. If you guys can figure out how to do that, let me know. That'd be sick. But yeah, it's just a microwave world, right? Like, you tried already? Yeah, it's just so hard for people to sit and not get some sort of gratification. They want the absolute of, did I win or did I lose? I need to take a trade. It's kind of like any other addiction, isn't it? Gambling, people that are addicted to vaping. Oh, I need to hit my vape. They gotta smoke every night because they have anxiety. We all know deep down that's not true, right? But yeah, I mean, so far we've tape read basically this last hour or so of price, and let's just review that right now. What we've seen obviously price rally. We did get our first initial displacement. We're calling this out still. Like, we're recognizing it, seeing it, talking about it. This was kind of the first, like, most aggressive entry you could have got. You would have taken on every bit of drawdown up until your stop loss. Displaced again. Market structure shifted. This is where we initially looked for our entry. We wanted to see an entry into premium, however, which we now just tapped into. I'm not taking it. Why am I not taking it? Because time and price is more important. What happened with the macro? Boom. 1 candle. This is not coincidental. 1 candle. Macro beginning. Down. 950. Right here. This is... like, if you were to define macros, that's exactly what it is. I'm not saying this can't still hold. It definitely can. But what did we see right after? Instant displacement. Where did that take us? Above this high. Not just a single wick either. Like, we closed above the high. So therefore, what does that mean? You're bullish. If you're bullish, this would be your entry. Right here. Could have had it. I'm not trying to buy high after a rally. So therefore, I wanted to wait for a little bit more of something to go off of. Didn't get it. Came up. Now we're here. Started from the bottom. Now we're here. Anyway, so we've got this gap that was disrespected on US 30 and now kind of holding as an inverse. We'll see. No, you're good, Corey. Why you think that if the girl is beautiful, she ain't need to make a bag? I mean, she can. I'm just saying like, guys don't like... the guy that you would probably like wouldn't give a shit. Like, if you're dating a... I fucking hate this. I feel like it's such a weird, cringy buzzword, and it just sounds weird to say. fucking high value man, but I don't know, for lack of a better way of putting it, you don't like, you could go work at McDonald's and make no money. If he makes enough money, he'll probably tell you to stay home and take care of the house and watch his kids. That might sound sexist, but it's true. He doesn't want you on OnlyFans, I'll tell you that. We're getting off topic here. I apologize. Anyway, what do I do when I'm not trading? Not much. I go to the gym, hang out with my dog. I mean, kind of do whatever. I mean, every week's different, right? Some days you got, you know, maybe you're traveling, or maybe I don't know. I haven't worked a job since 2017, and I wasn't even trading until like 2019, late 2018. I dabbled with it a little bit, and then 2019. I had a couple like longer term relationships inside of that window of time. Your boy's freshly single now, you know what I'm saying? Not freshly, but I've been single for a little bit. So, you know, back then, like, I'll say this, bro. I've lived this now, and maybe you guys can relate, maybe you can't. For those of you guys that are married or in relationships, I've always wondered this. What would your life look like if you guys, like, for those of you guys that are in relationships or married, as a man, are you guys planning out all these activities that you guys do every fucking weekend or throughout the week? Or is it like your girl's like, hey, let's do this, or I want to do this, and you're like, oh, sweet, yeah, let's go. Or like date night, like without your girl, would you just kind of be like chilling? Like, does she come up with a lot of stuff for you guys to do? Like, let's go hang out with my family for the 5th time this week. Stuff like that. Been married for 40 years. Are you serious? You've been married for 40 years, Kitch? Dang. Congrats. 20th this year. I'm 27. Me too. We've got some wise, we got some wisdom in the chat. That's dope. The only thing I would say is I do wish I started trading earlier, but you don't know what you don't know, right? So like I wish I learned how to trade when I was in high school. But you don't know. I didn't care about that back then. When you're young, you don't really, like, most of the time you don't need to, right? You're worried about living the best years of your life. That's what your parents tell you. Oh, when you get to be my age, everything sucks, so enjoy it. Yeah, I better enjoy it now. Get to be my age. So that's what I did. I worried about enjoying it. Yeah, if I knew what I knew now, I'd go back and I'd freaking learn trading. Instead of playing Call of Duty, I'd be learning trading. I'd probably still play some Call of Duty. I'm not gonna lie, but yeah, it's just time. It's just time that needs to pass. You can start learning it whenever, but obviously sooner the better, because it's a learning curve, right? So that learning curve might be 4 years, 5 years, 6 years, 2 years, 3 years. But obviously, the sooner you start it, the sooner you get to a point of profitability. And I will say there's a lot more opportunity in the trading space these days than there has been. Obviously, back even, I don't know, 5-10 years ago. Well, no. But yeah, I guess even 5 years ago when I started. And I think it'll keep evolving. It'll look different, obviously, the way that it looks now, even in 2025, 2026. But the principles are all the same. Have a good one, John. Have a good one, John. I don't play Warzone at all, no. I did a little bit in the past, but your boy does get some dubs on Fortnite every once in a while. Longed off fair value gap and set first take profit, 5 handles. which aligns perfectly with your original entry from short. Yeah, it did give 5 entries to here. This is a decent range, and to me, I would have. I mean, we've called everything what was going to happen or what could happen in this range, but what I'm trying to set us up for was the bigger time frame draw, whether that's above or below price. So that's the trade I'm trying to get us in. But everything between here has been exactly how you'd expect, right? Displacement on market structure shift, pull back for value gap, boom, entry, boom. Where do we go? Gap right up into here. So far, this gap's holding too, right? So I don't know. Look at Dow though. Notice how they're not even correlating right now. This flipped. I would have expected, if we're bearish, I would have expected this to hold bearish, not be disrespected. But yeah, guys, we very well could be looking for a PM session trade after lunch, and that's totally fine with me. But I just wanted you guys to know that, like, the reasoning why I didn't get in, and hopefully that all makes sense. I played basketball in high school. Yeah, I was. I went to a small high school though, so it's not like I started. I was like the 5th. So I like whenever the 6th man came in, I was like the first one subbed out. But I was a shooting guard. I could shoot. I still could shoot, bro. You know what I'm saying? But my handles could use some work. I'm kind of like I can cross you over once between the legs, but if I gotta like, you know, drive you down with my left and try to put it up, it's just like, yeah, I look like a baby giraffe on ice. But if I can take you down the lane on with my right, you know, you might have to look out. I'll get a couple points on you in one-on-one. And then if you got good D, I'll just start popping Steph Curry threes. Cause I you know what I mean, I ain't trying to get my hands dirty like that. Took a buy on Dirty 30 right here from this gap. Celis. Yeah, I'm just chilling out here to see, you know, what we're gonna get. I want to see this price play out. I know a couple of you have fired away some trades, but yeah, if you didn't fire away trades, you know, I'm with you. I didn't fire away anything either. If anything, I'd feel a lot better about it if we just sat out. I would like to see this. What I'd like to see would be price to return all the way up. I would like it to take out the buy side. I would. Up there at those highs, I would like it to at least take this out, because this is, you know, I marked this buy side, but I didn't anticipate it needing to come here today, and I still don't like. I don't think it needs to come here today. If it does, that's great. But this is what I was bearish since we got on the call, correct? So we got up here. What did we want to see? We wanted to see some actually good structure put in. So this was the first time we saw some real structure put in. Great. And then boom, we got the displacement. So this was that trade that I wanted. The reason I didn't take it was because what we got here with the macro. So that was the reasoning for just sitting out. But to me, without factoring in whatever ICT said, I don't know, I didn't even look. Just myself and my own brain, this is what I care about, because these relative equal highs are here. I would like to see it where we, you know, maybe we even come down here one more time. Oops. Fill this gap again the rest of the way, because we didn't even get into the gap. Maybe go 50% of this order block. Take out these highs. Chop around, lunch hour, whatever. Bang. But yeah, if price comes up here and doesn't chop and just goes straight to buy side, even better. To me, then I'm very clear. I'll fire away a trade. Try to stop me. You won't stop me from firing away a trade. I'll fight tooth and nail to get to this sell button. Took the first fair value gap after it swept equal lows. Took my 1% on one of my accounts. Oh, so right here, nice. Yeah, so this is that macro. Again, same gap, and this was that return right here. A little bit, not much, but a little bit more into the gap, it looks like. But to me, it's just like, hopefully you guys have been paying attention to the macros a little bit more, because see what I mean? Like, they just set up some really great moves. You know, if this hadn't been a macro, this was just like kind of in the middle of the hour, this would have been a lot more sensible for me. But I don't know. I just wasn't willing to put risk on. Win Lambo? Yeah, not for a while. Well, maybe. I mean, I don't plan on getting one anytime soon. Probably should not do that. I kind of already feel guilty for the BMW I got. I kind of feel guilty for the BMW that I got just because I just feel like, you know, I pay whatever it's like $750 a month on it. And then obviously plus insurance and everything else, probably like $1,000 a month for it. And it's just like, you know, you always get taught about financial literacy and spending your money foolishly. I get it. I do. But I set a goal 2016. I said I believe that if you're somebody that's setting goals and you're like knocking them out, I think if you're gonna punish yourself when you do something wrong, right? Like you have to reward yourself. Otherwise, it's not your subconscious mind. It doesn't know what's real and what's not real. It only knows what you tell it, right? So it's like I'm a big believer in that. And if you're not rewarding yourself when you hit milestones, I don't know. I think it's great. Positive reinforcement. Positive reinforcement is more powerful than negative reinforcement for your subconscious mind. So yeah, I think you gotta reward yourself. So anyway, I told myself in 2016, if I ever once I get to 10K a month, I'm gonna reward myself by getting a BMW. Not gonna be a crazy BMW, just a BMW. Because at the time I was driving my high school Pontiac Grand Prix. Thing had like 280,000 miles on it. I hit a couple deer with it. Luckily, my dad owns a body shop, so basically he got the parts for me for free, and then he basically would like talk me through fixing it, and then he would make me fix it, so he didn't have to, pay his guys for labor or whatever. So fixed my Pontiac Grand Prix a couple times from hitting deer. Was driving that thing, and I'm like, you know what? That's gonna be my reward for myself. Was doing that, so I did. Got it in 2020. Upgraded to a 2023, a newer one this last year. So that's it though. But so I don't want to go crazy with it. That's not really my priority, to be honest. Peace out, Andrew. Yeah, Corey, I'm still affiliated with network marketing. I mean, everything's network marketing. I'm still affiliated with IM. I can't say I'm like gun ho building it at the moment, but there's people in the team that are on this call right now. So that was my introduction to entrepreneurship. Was network marketing. 2016, health and wellness company. I was slinging protein shakes and fucking energy drinks, but I was just, I was willing to learn. I was willing to be a student. I didn't like being in college. The jobs that I was working, I'm like, I don't want to do this the rest of my life. So I kind of just put it all on the line and said, screw it, I'm gonna do something else. I wish it would have been trading from the get-go, but it wasn't. But I learned a lot. Met all the friends I have today through network marketing, to be honest. I probably never would have found trading if it wasn't for network marketing. The guy that was sidelined to me in another team actually is the guy that introduced me to Forex. And he actually learned, he was in ironically enough, he was in ICT's private mentorship. I went to high school. This guy went to the neighboring high school that I went to. I played against him in football, basketball, baseball. And we're both athletes in our high school, so like we kind of like knew of each other. Like we weren't great friends or anything like that, but yeah, we knew of each other, and he got recruited into the same company I got recruited into, and we would talk every day. And then one night we're on Zoom, and he's like, "Hey, I gotta go to bed. I gotta get up at 2 a.m. and trade London session." I'm like, "What?" Keep in mind, I'm in college. I'm 20. And he's like, yeah, we're on Zoom. I'll show you. And he screen shares, pulls up a Forex chart on MetaTrader. He's like explaining to me something about like, yeah, every day London session I get up and I trade and blah, 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 blah. I'm assuming probably GJ or GBP USD or something like that. And I'm like, that looks crazy. Kind of like, Corey, like what your girl said. I'm like, what? This is what you do? I just didn't understand it. That was 2016. What was that, 8 years ago now? 7 years? Coming on 8 years. But yeah, long story short, yeah, he's killing it. He's been killing it for a long time. Yeah, we'll see, guys. I actually would feel a lot better about this trade getting long now that this gap's closed. I would like to see this gap flip again. I would like to see this kind of respect bullishness. And yeah, what I'd like to see is obviously this low hold. I don't want to see this get taken. Obviously, we're in, this range right here is kind of more so invalid at that point. So what I'd like to see is this hold, displace up, and I would like to see this become our order block. With a displacement, then we can take this puppy up. That makes a lot more sense versus what we've seen thus far. So let's see if we get it. Yeah, if we just sell off though, then the only thing that there is to do is just kind of see where we're at PM session and maybe kick yourself once for missing out on the move, but either way, hopefully you guys got some value from just tape reading this session, marking stuff out, calling it out, talking about it, but you're seeing everything kind of play out in real time. Buy things that make you happy while you're doing it. End goals only make you happy temporarily. Yeah. Yeah, and that wasn't even, if I would have like consoled my parents on that, they would have been like, shut up. Because they were like so frugal. And they weren't like, they were fine. They weren't like, we were just middle class. I wouldn't say like upper middle class, wouldn't say lower middle class, like just whatever middle class is. But that was all stuff that I learned from people that I submitted to mentorship from, when in my early 20s. Yeah, I see myself always trading. I don't, to me, bro, that's a red flag. When people are like, to me it's a red flag. When they're just like, yeah, I don't see myself trading for forever. Maybe I'm thinking about this the wrong way. But when they say that, I think it's kind of a red flag. I'm like, what do you mean? I thought this is what you do. I said I could see myself trading less in the future, But you got to remember, guys, we're all here for what's the reason we're all here? The reason we're all here is to create wealth, multiply the money you already are making. And what's the number for you, right? At what point are you going to take your foot off the gas a little bit? Because it's going to happen for most of us, all of us. Most likely, is it 10 million? Is it 5 million? Is it 2 million? What is it? So you're probably not going to be gung-ho to be putting trades on when you're, got a few million put away, and you got real estate, you've got other things going to where you don't need to trade every day, and you keep trading because you actually like trading, you enjoy it. I would say that we're you're a lot more aggressive on the come up, but I don't see why would I stop trading forever? Like, just stop trading. I don't know. I don't think I would ever do that. But I actually like it. I actually enjoy trading. I enjoy the challenge. I enjoy the art. It feels like an art when you mark up a chart and it works out. I love it a lot. Keeps you in tune with what's going on in the world, in the market. To me, trading has so many parallels to just life. and not to get philosophical or any of that stuff, but you learn a lot about yourself from trading than you will from anything else, in my opinion. And there's a reason that, you know, most people fail at it. If it was easy, everybody would do it, and everybody would make it. So I think it says a lot about a person that can do it. But yeah, I see myself always trading. Long story short, I think, you know, there will come a day, like I said, where I trade less. There might come a day where I don't do live sessions anymore too. Obviously, you guys will be all good by then. So, but maybe I will. I enjoy it. It's, you know, it's fun. I enjoy talking to you guys. That's what I'm doing anyway. If I'm not on a live session, I'm just sitting here in quiet, looking at charts anyway. Maybe scrolling my phone while I wait for a setup. That's the only difference. But there's days where this is the shit. I just sit here and I just watch charts, and I don't put any trades on. Whether you guys are watching me or not, I will say you guys watching and knowing that I'm public about what the results are, it has helped me become more accountable, and it has helped me be a little bit more disciplined. But I mean, this is trading. There's going to be days you just sit here and watch charts and you don't take a trade, and that's okay. But I understand that, like, I understand when you know, people pay to be here and they're like, yo, let me fucking give me a trade. I got my Forex funds that my deadline's up next week. I need to start taking trades. Like, I get it. But I would be doing you a disservice to just fire away doing stuff that I don't think is necessary. But yeah, pretty cool to see that aside from everything else, if you don't have FOMO, I know, that's what I was about to say, Corey. If you don't have FOMO, look at that. I'd be so cool if I would have called that out and we took it. But now I'm an idiot because we didn't take it. Oh my gosh, Tyler, what are you thinking? Everyone's a genius in hindsight. But yeah, those look good. And it's cool to just see this stuff play out, right? And you know, if anything, let's take a mental note of this, okay? It's Friday. It's also the last day of the month. But yeah, Friday, and let's take a mental note, journal it if you guys are journaling. Kind of the condition that we're in coming into the session. Super bullish. Just try to take a mental note of everything, right? And journal it, write it down. And this can give us conviction for the next time we're faced with a condition like today, right? Maybe that can give you the extra conviction to put risk on. I already went over the reasoning for why I decided to not take this trade anymore because of what happened here at the macro. But we can now override that and say, okay, our bias was overall still trumped this little internal price action that had happened, even though we did have buy side here and we had buy side here. So just take mental note of this. And, you know, just because it gave a reaction doesn't mean this will hold either. It doesn't mean it'll be the move. It means you could have got 10 handles or so, right? That's pretty much all it means. I'll say we 100% missed out if price does tank the rest of the day back to like new week opening gap or like close to it, like right around 20%. Then I'll say we definitely missed out. But I would not be surprised to see price rip again. Leave these relative equal lows even for later for the correction if it doesn't happen now. But we'll have to wait and see. But yeah, we can start hopping off the session. I know we've been here for almost 2 hours. I don't think I'm going to be taking a trade this morning anymore. We got lunch hour for New York starting in 15 minutes. We got one more macro coming here in 7 minutes. But yeah, I hope you guys got value from the session. I'm not going to apologize because I'm not sorry, but hopefully the reasonings behind all the thought process today made sense, and hopefully you still got value from, tape reading. And I will keep you guys updated in the Discord if there's anything as far as PM session goes. I'm sure you guys will have your eye on it as well. But we'll definitely look to take a trade if there's something that's unambiguous. Okay? If there is more ambiguity, then you know what? I'm happy to put this week to bed. I'm ready to put this month to bed. June is over. We're going to be starting a new month. Second half of the year starts tomorrow. So, whatever you guys got left to do for the rest of 2023 and your New Year's resolutions, we're halftime right now. And 4th of July will be your halftime show. For next week, let's take one more look at the economic calendar. So again, Monday, planning on trading as long as volatility is good. This is at 9 a.m. Central, so 10 a.m. New York, right at our session. So yeah, let's plan on trading Monday, a.m. session. We'll scope it out. If price looks just horrific, we'll tape read and we won't take a trade. But if there's something, we'll take it. And then yeah, Tuesday, 4th of July, no bueno. Obviously, nothing to spam call. The markets are closed anyway, right? So Tuesday, 4th of July, and then Wednesday is going to be a little bit odd because we got FOMC meeting minutes, so that might be later in the day, like very end of the day after FOMC. Oh, these are meeting minutes, not the FOMC release. But potentially AM session. I'm just coming off 4th of July. It might be gross AM session. But yeah, so Tuesday and Wednesday are going to be like and then we got obviously NFP on Friday. So we'll have to see where we're at that point in the week. Normally we like taking NFP off. But I'm going to go back test some NFP and I'll just see if it's worthwhile for us to trade. But yeah, next week's going to be unorthodox. So just be prepared for that. And then we should be smooth sailing. After next week. Finally, after several weeks of just unorthodox, going on. But yeah, be patient, be disciplined. These are not the times in the year to just go freaking crazy and like get, super impatient and be just trying to I gotta force my way into the market just because that's not what a professional trader would do, right? Professional traders would know this is where they're at, and they maybe would even take the whole week off. So we're not even doing that much. So just keep that in mind and put yourself in those shoes. But have an amazing weekend, guys. Be safe. If you guys need anything, obviously reach out. Have an amazing 4th of July. I'll obviously talk to you guys Monday, so I'll be able to repeat that again. But yeah, I'll keep you guys updated in the Discord if there's anything going on for 4 p.m. session. I will say if price retraces to these opening range gaps and the TGIF correction, at that point, not really much else to do for the day, truthfully, right? So bearing that possibility, we'll see where we're at, okay? Have an amazing Friday, guys. If you need anything, reach out, but I will talk to you guys soon, okay? Peace out.